Hi, Ellie here, and today we're going to talk about OpenClaw. OpenClaw is an open source platform for AI agent framework. This allows you to connect AI agents to all your different apps like Telegram, WhatsApp, and even Zapier today. In fact, a week ago I recorded a video about how you can use OpenClaw, and now I had to redo it because I've added it to Zapier. Zapier is my little no-code platform that I connected my Gmail, my Slack, and all my apps to. That is easy to build an AI agent, and it helps me day in and day out. And tonight I've also added OpenClaw into it, so it has more security and has more of my control. So let's get into it and let me show you how you can do the same. Okay, so here are the steps that I have taken. First, I was worried about the security because I heard a lot of bad things can happen when you just put this OpenClaw right onto your computer. What I did, I was using the old laptop, and in addition to it, I use VPS, which is virtual private server. I paid for it for a month because we'll see if I even need that for very long, which I used the Hostinger. That was just one of the options that I found, and it was recommended. And as you are setting it up, you can choose where you're gonna host it. And so I chose Debian 13, being in America West Coast region. And the next step that I did, I needed to get my password for my VPS, and the next step will be SSH key that I will then connect to OpenClaw. Docker Manager, I actually don't need, so I skipped that step. And here's where I was setting up my VPS. So you have to give it like 10 minutes. It was loading in here. And only after that, I'd be able to go ahead and connect it to OpenClaw. All right, so here we are. To add security, you can use VPN. I use VPS plus SSH tunnel. And to be frank, I don't code that much, so I had to follow step by step this other video that I'm linking here to give him kudos. And after I am here on OpenClaw, I've copied this curl, since this is pointing to macOS, which that's my system, and I'm putting it in the terminal to actually install it on my computer. And voila, it is installed. And you can also set up some constraints, whether you're going to be installing the rest of it manually or not. And here we are. I am attaching it to OpenAI to Codex Auth. It is much cheaper, and still I am really trying to be conservative, making sure we don't use too many tokens. All right, so here's the Claude that I connected with the VPS. All right, and here I was connecting the VPS with my OpenClaw before I actually connected to Telegram, and later on I've decided to also connect it to Zapier because I feel much safer with Zapier because I have a lot of restrictions there and a lot of control. Plus, I don't need to code there, so love that. Let's go. All right, so here I was connecting my Telegram with the OpenClaw, and my whole point is I want to be able through Telegram to chat and to be able to check all the messages, take some actions, and communicate through Telegram. So this is where I use bot father, that anybody who works with Telegram knows it's the way you will create a bot in there. So here is my little screenshot of how I get to my bot father, create the bot that I will be using to communicate and to connect it to Zapier as well as OpenClaw. So here we create new bot and we give it a name. Then you get the API. This API key you embed into OpenClaw, so it's connected, and basically voila. After that, what I did, I was actually connecting it to my Zapier. The reason why I did that is basically it will give you a set of tasks to do to connect it to Zapier, but you can just, prompt it to do this work for you. So since Zapier has its own MCP server, you connect it to your existing Zapier if you want to. When you connect it to, let's say you connect it to Gmail account, I would suggest you create a new Gmail account just to be safe, and you can give it prompts to, scan through the emails and prioritize them. So one of my prompts was, hey, I need an assistant who will be scanning through my Gmails and prioritizing all the things to do based on my priorities. And I've given it my priorities, what's important for me. So I'm not going to be sharing what's important for me here, but I am asking it to prioritize it by categories. All right, I forgot to mention that in Hostinger, you can actually forget the steps that I've shown you. You can automatically do that, and you can directly deploy from Hostinger to OpenClaw, but then you take risks of privacy and security. So hence, I wanted to put in SSH myself. I wanted to make sure I'm connecting it through the terminal on my own. So switch yourself.